The body-mind, the Trikaya. The best description of the Trikaya I've heard was by Trungpa Rinpoche. What a troublemaker. He'd go into a classroom as he was starting Naropa, and he would draw a picture of a bird, an outline of a bird, on the whiteboard behind him. Beautiful outline of a bird. See it? And he would say to the class, "What do you see?" And those that had been in class before with him knew better than to say anything. They kept very quiet. They knew it was a trick question. But those that didn't know would say, "Oh, I see a bird." "Ah, you see a bird. Interesting. Anybody else see anything different?" And someone would come up and say, "Oh, I see flight." Another one, "I see freedom." Very interesting, he says. He says, "I see those things, but I see something else as well." And they would finally break down and say, "What do you see, Rinpoche?" And he would see, "I see empty sky." He was the only one that could see the empty sky. The Nirmanakaya, the physical, gross physical body of the Buddha, is the form, the bird. The Sambhogakaya, the bliss subtle body of the Buddha, is freedom and flight. The Dharmakaya is the truth body of the Buddha. It is the empty sky. Can you see the empty sky? Can you understand viscerally that which never changes? Only that is real. Everything else comes and goes. Nirmanakaya, Sambhogakaya, samsara, forms, gross and subtle forms, changing. Always changing. Only the empty sky never changes. The whole body of the Buddha. Now the whole mind of the Buddha. 8 consciousnesses. Not just the first 5 sense consciousnesses, seeing consciousness, hearing consciousness, smelling consciousness, tasting consciousness, touching consciousness. But mind, little mind, discriminating mind, that discriminates between what it likes and what it doesn't like, and what it's indifferent to. And categorizing mind, very, very useful, this mind. Categorizing, these things I like. These things are good. These things are safe. These things are not safe. How useful has that been in our evolution? Critical. How useful it is in our lives. If we had no discriminating mind, we would be overwhelmed with information. We must filter some out. These filters, this is filtering mind, discriminating mind. It filters out what is useful and what is not useful. What I like, what I don't like. What will kill me and what will be healthy. What is medicine and what is poison. These are really important distinctions. And then categorizing mind categorizes it. And the healers remember. They remember and they pass on this information to the next healer. And so it's been for thousands and thousands and thousands and hundred thousands of years. Very important. But is there more? What are the roots of self? Now we're talking millions and millions and millions of years for these instincts to form. The survival instinct, the instinct to procreate, the kleshas. This is the roots of self. The mammalian brain, the reptilian brain. This is all present right now in every one of us. Accessible now. Perhaps not directly accessible. According to the Tibetans, the trick with the seventh consciousness is it's the only one of the 8 consciousnesses that cannot be meditated upon, nor experienced directly. So how do you work with it? Now, isn't that an interesting question? Maybe we should explore this today. What do you think? No, don't think. And the 8th consciousness, also known as Alaya Vijnana in Sanskrit, the storehouse, is one aspect. All the karma of everything that has ever been is here right now in the storehouse. It's how the Tibetans explain reincarnation. Zen, we don't talk about that much. We have far more important things to talk about, like when are you going to wake up? How about now? The Alaya Vijnana has the storehouse aspect. It also has another aspect. And that aspect is the seeds. So if you go deep enough in Mondo Zen, you will see for yourself, you will look into the storehouse and access all the karma that's ever been. It's all here now. And all the seeds, the potentiality of everything that will ever be. It is here now. And the only thing in the way is, guess what? Me. Including the roots of self. There is no awakening without resolving the kleshas. Satori is just the beginning. The work begins when you receive recognition from your teacher that you are a lineage holder. Then the real work begins.